winds today. Believe me, I thought it would get to at least 18 degrees. Hasn't got there, got to be honest. It is Thursday, 8th of August, and I tell you what, let me do this. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're heading all the way over to Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Yes, we're catching up with three young men. Well, one of them's going to do a disappearing act, but three young men by the name, of course, of Jade Elephant. Now, believe me, I know you know these guys because you've been requesting them. We can't get away from them in the breakfast show. Every morning I see their name. So I'll tell you what. Let me do this. Welcome along to the show. Got to do that. And, well, why not subscribe? You know, do the thumb bell thing. Bell notifications when we have important people, much like today's artists. I'll call them victims because they'll come out of it alive, but you never know. They'll never be the same again. Jade Elephant. And believe me, you guys have been asking so much for their music. Subscribe, become part of the family. We call it The Noise here at Galaxy simply because you do have a voice and we do listen. We get all of your media and one person can make a difference. Really can. Sorry, I got somebody taking up my... Okay, fair enough. Moving on, Greg Parrish is joining us. Jason Wayne Gillum is joining us as well. And that mysterious five others. Got to find out who they are. In the meantime, let's kick the show off. Here's Jade Elephant joining us live today. Listen to the Beatles. You're right here at Galaxy. So that gives us a couple of minutes.
Oh, wicked. Nice. Oh, man, what a great introduction.
How you feeling? You okay?
Oh, yeah. That's awesome, man.
Okay, let me tell you. How many countries are tuned in?
161.
161 countries are tuned in right now.
Wow.
So,
holy guacamole.
Oh, no, believe me, we are in every English-speaking country in the world, and some that aren't, and I don't know how that works, but hey, I'll take it. Literally.
Yeah.
How many cities?
6742.
Okay, 6,742 cities are tuned in.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Not bad.
That's amazing.
You guys are superstars.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty great, Grant. Holy guacamole.
Now, after we finish this, I'm going to ask you if I can forward you on to another media that we're associated with to continue promoting you in other ways that we can't, if that's all right.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
And the story on that one, literally, guys, is that we only take the best of the best of the best and forward that on to this. It's a magazine, okay? And we are about to partner up with this magazine, and it comes out of a country that would never hear your music until we come along. And I've got a story about that, believe me, and I think you'll be fascinated.
I'd like to hear it,
Awesome.
yeah.
Okay, I've got to fly. Sorry.
No,
All right, well,
Hey,
No.
Kyle.
nice to meet you, Tyler, and kia ora katoa.
Yeah. Yora.
Hey, my bro.
Thank you.
Yeah. Isn't it fun talking married to somebody that doesn't understand it?
but it was here in February.
He was here in February.
Yeah.
He really was. Now, I've got to get this device up properly. There we go. Great. Wendy Rice is watching again. Nice to have Wendy back. That's 2 in a row right now. Also, Michael Andrews. Michelle Andrews.
It's Michael
It's Michael.
coming out of Ireland.
I got dyslexic glasses. I can't read
Well,
properly.
you need to clean them.
I need
It
to
helps.
Is that the secret?
Yep.
You mean to say you don't look like that foggy person over
No.
there? Oh. Yeah, there was something going on. Really did. Dear. Inspiration, ZZ Top, worked with them. The Cult, worked with them. April Wine, know of them. Heard their music, lots.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds about right.
Canadians. That's right. Now, you know something? You got to turn the mic on to make it work. That's silly, Grant. Come on. Get it together. Today, of course, we're talking to two young men out of three. This is a trio, but he opted out, literally. But we've got two victims left out of the band Jade Elephant, coming out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Gentlemen, welcome to Galaxy.
Thank you for having us, Grant. This is great.
It's an absolute pleasure. Now, I don't know whether Barbara said this to you or not, but she's kind of envious of your hair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got that one out?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Believe me, she was commenting on the photo when we put the post together. She goes, "These guys have got wonderful hair." So, congratulations.
Thank you for making some time for us today. We really appreciate it.
Oh, absolute pleasure, sir. And let me tell you that you've made a huge connection here at Galaxy. Our audience, the noise, literally, they're not shy about telling us how they like your music. In fact, that's how we structure a lot of our breakfast shows every morning, is on what our audience requests. And believe me, I get a lot of requests for you guys in the very short time that we've been playing you.
Oh, well,
Cool,
that
man.
is fantastic news.
Thank you.
We really like the attention.
Well, 1,921 requests so far for Listen to the Beatles. This is the track we opened up the show with, so I think it would be remiss of me if I didn't say, tell me all about this track.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. First off, incredible. Like, thanks for letting us know that people have been requesting to listen to the song. That's fantastic. We're really happy about that. But Listen to the Beatles is a tune that kind of came together a few years ago. Yeah, I don't know. We, as you know, players of music, tend to be introverted sometimes. And I know I'll have periods of time where I'm writing where I kind of just recluse and want to, you know, dig into an artist or listen to somebody. And I think it was around New Year's when that song kind of fell together, where, you know, so much is happening and it's so exciting, but I'd rather be at home and listen to the Beatles. And that's said in the lyrics in the right in the first verse. So it's, it kind of captured the feeling of wanting to create and giving your time to creation, and I think it's cool that people have been connecting with it, right? So,
You know something, and believe me, they really, really have been connecting with your music. And listen to the Beatles, believe me, in the very, very short time we've been playing it, everybody around the world has got in touch with us literally and says, hey, listen, we want to know more about these young men because we like their music. Now, at the same time, I've got to ask you, Jade Elephant, where did that come from? Where did the name come from?
yeah. Do you want to take that one too?
We had a big retreat kind of where we all stayed in we stayed in the studio for a weekend, and we were trying to come up with a band name, and we were writing music, and it was a great time. But we just had a big meeting where we said at the end of this meeting we will have a band name. So we just kept throwing around names, and the word Jade was really hitting, and so we kept trying to combine. I think we had Jade suitcase, Jade item was the blank slate.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was me actually who said Jade Elephant, and then Mitch right away was like, that's the one.
Ooh, that sounds right. Yeah, and I know Jade carries a sense of elegance, being a semi-precious stone, and then elephant again. When Taylor said that, it was kind of juxtaposed, where an elephant is just a powerful creature, much like our sound right now. So it felt perfect for what we were doing.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, I can connect to the Jade part of it. I was actually brought up in a part of New Zealand where greenstone is very, very sacred, but very plentiful. Yeah, you can go along riverbeds and just pick it up. It is worth a fortune, but just don't remove it, literally, because it is very sacred to the natives here in New Zealand, so you just don't touch it. You know what I mean? If you want some,
Right.
go to them, they will get you some. You know what I mean? You just don't help yourself. Even though, literally, it is on the ground.
Wow.
That's cool.
Well, but that's great that it's protected in a sense. That's awesome.
Very, very protected. In fact, we respect our native fellow New Zealanders, if you know what I mean, and their traditions. So we don't sort of poke the bear with a stick, if you know what I mean, and just pocket a bit here and there. Just not done.
Yeah.
Really isn't. Very, very bad mana on that one. Really is. Having said that, I got a young lady by the name of Patricia. She's coming out of Washington State. She's asking, as a fan, guys, how do I get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? Are you a talker? But more importantly, do you respond?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would point you towards our Instagram mainly. We're all on it every day, and we're pretty attentive. So if you are trying to reach out and connect with us, we'd love to chat with you. I'd say our Instagram is our best bet. We also are on Facebook very prominently, and then we are as well on, is it X now?
Twitter,
X, whatever it is now. So we're on there as well, but I'd say Instagram is your best bet, and we'll get to you pretty quick. We're all night owls, and I'm actually the night owl, and then Kyle, our bass player, is the morning guy. So he'll get to you no matter. We'll get to you no matter what.
And that's at Jade Elephant Music is the handle.
Yeah, brilliant, and glad you said that too. Got to say hi to Glenn Baker, who's joining us this morning. Also, Alice Walker. Hello, brother man. Nice to have you on board. Jen Hirschman is watching. Nice
Hi,
to have you on
Jen.
board, Jen. Steve Ireland is back yet again. You must find these interesting. And Thomas Greco is also joining us. Nice to have you on board. And today we're talking to Jade Elephant, coming out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Of course, you guys had the Stampede there not so long ago.
Yeah, we did. We were all pretty busy cats. Kyle, our bassist, plays with a lot of folks in town, and he's kind of the bass cat in Calgary, along with a few other names. But he was very busy, and we actually got called to play one of the biggest stages at Stampede, the Coca-Cola stage, with our friend Logan Stats, and it was great. I mean, we all kept very busy during Stampede, which is great.
You know, I've been trying to get hold of their management for about, 11 years now, to be very honest with you. I got an idea. I kind of think, it would be great for, well, you know how they have the running of the bulls in different countries?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe the running of the Santas.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, what's wrong with getting a couple of thousand Santas running? And you could throw, candy canes at them and fire, juice and everything at them. Why not? Just have some fun with this. It's a weight loss program.
You'd probably be sweating through the whole...
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Make it at least, a couple of miles and do it about 20 times. By the time you've finished, last one standing gets to pay the bill.
There you go. Christmas in July.
I'm sure, it's a fantastic idea. So you guys over there at the Stampede, get in touch with me. Please, I'm sick of trying to call you and not getting anywhere, really. You're like Johnson & Johnson. You know the product, Johnson & Johnson, right?
I think so.
Yeah, baby oil.
Are you talking about the sunscreen or the baby oil?
Baby oil. I was talking to, and I was doing an interview with one of their executives one day, and I had a bottle of it while I was there, saying, hey, listen, this is the product, da-da-da-da-da. And I just happened to say to him, it's got baby oil written on it, right? And he goes, yes. And I says, how many babies goes in there?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Blacklisted immediately, interview over, no longer returning my emails, my calls, my nothing. And for 10 years, they just won't talk to me at all, And I think, to be honest with you, there's three, rather large ones reduced down per bottle.
Per bottle, right. Well, we'll never know, I guess.
Not anymore anyway, no. While we're talking about these things, you guys wouldn't happen to be vegans by any chance, would you?
Not any of us in the band.
Yeah.
Some of us are sensitive to drinking a glass of milk, but I don't know.
So you guys are meatahologists, much like me, right? We like a good steak and a good piece of meat. The reason why I'm asking, and literally for a number of years now, I've been trying to come down to the bottom of this myth, literally, and it is quite a corker, I think. Have you guys ever tried a vegan sausage?
I have.
Okay, so
You have?
yep,
Oh.
I have. I tried doing the vegan thing for a certain amount of months a few years ago, just to see, what it was going to feel like, and it felt good, but I think, the flavor of that sausage was so not that good that I went back to eating meat. So.
So tell me then, are they made of real vegans?
I don't think so. I sure hope not. I'll tell you that for sure.
That would be interesting, really, it really would. In fact, I did ask that question to a vegan who was a friend of mine downtown here in New Zealand, and I actually said to her too, by the way, do you guys ever get together on a Friday night, go out, have a few drinks, bit of a dust, have some fun? She goes, yeah, of course. Why do you ask? I says, because the only place I ever see is on the news.
Oh, man.
That's true. It's quite true. Well, could you imagine it? They go out and have a few drinks at night, by the end of the night they're getting upset with each other. Would they go out into the car park and have a fight? Would you call that, for instance, you get a slap in the face. Would that be a slap in the chops?
Probably.
I guess so.
Sounds about right, I guess.
Would they have a wiener for a dog?
Oh, man.
I told you guys were going to be victims. Believe me. So, having said that, folks, let's get back to the music and take me back, please, because I think I need to go there, to be very honest. So, you better let me know all about Take Me Back, because this, my friend, is your most requested track, and believe me, it's right up there. 2,911 requests so far, and climbing, because we're getting this every morning. I can't get rid of you guys. Tell me all about this.
Yeah, of course. Wow, that's fantastic. So, Take Me Back was actually inspired by the band Jethro Tull. They did a performance at the Rolling Stone Circus. I think this is early 70s or even maybe late 60s. I don't know the year, but they had a performance where they played, I think, one or two songs on the Rolling Stone Circus, and one of the tunes on there had a slide guitar piece that was really, really neat, and so I know that that was one of the big inspos for Take Me Back, and I know lyrically, when you go through something with somebody, and you kind of wish it didn't go down that way, if you know what I mean. You kind of think that way, or if you've been in any relationship with, even just a friend, sometimes you say something or do something you don't mean because you're human, and you just want to be friends, I guess.
Got to say hi to Chad Williams. Wolf Milestone's joining us, as well as Sonny Morgan. Nice to have you on board, Sonny. It really, really is. Today we're talking to Jade Elephant, and here is Take Me Back on Galaxy. How you feeling, guys? You okay?
We're great.
Yeah.
Surviving. Sorry, I'm used to be a stand-up comedian as well, okay, so I apologise.
There you go.
No need to apologize. That was lovely.
Are you guys that like to think out of the box?
I'd say so.
Yeah? Okay, well, I've got something for you to contemplate, okay? Imagine if your knees bent in the opposite direction.
Okay.
Imagine how interesting chairs would be.
Chair? Oh, yeah. You'd have to build chairs the other in another realm. Yeah.
It would be funky, don't you think?
I feel like you'd have to, like,
Sit on a stool the rest of your life.
sit, like, the chair.
Figure it out. Believe me, it's fun.
There's no need for a backrest.
No, there wouldn't be. There wouldn't be. But I tell you what, your front would have some fun too. In the Second World War, the kamikaze pilots, right? The suicide pilots. Why the hell did they give them crash helmets?
It's crazy, isn't he?
Yeah, that is something to think about, eh?
Oh.
Why?
Ooh.
Maybe it was just.
They knew they were going to die. Why the hell have a crash helmet?
It was style or
You
something.
had to go out in style.
It has to be style.
That's the best answer I've had in all the years that I've been asking that question.
Well,
I love that.
because some helmets are kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, well, those were those little leather things with the goggles on them, you know. And of course, a lot of them in those days, they went, yeah, okay, we're kamikazes, but we're going to put a twist on it. We're going to call ourselves kamikaze. And new wave suicide pilot. Dear idea.
Sounds a bit fancier saying it that way.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? You know, we're going to die, but we're kamikaze.
That's good.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to do this to you much more.
No. Tone it down.
Well, okay, then try this one. Electric train travelling at 150 kilometres an hour from south to north. The wind blowing from north to south, about 150 kilometres an hour as well. Which way does the smoke go?
Which way does the what go?
Which way does the smoke go?
Oh. Taylor's the mathematician in the group.
I don't know. This feels like a trick question.
It is.
It is.
It's electric.
It's an electric train. There is no smoke.
Oh,
I was going to say, where did the smoke come from?
right. You said it's an electric train. There you go.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're all the way over in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. There's so much good music and so many good artists coming out of there. Today, no exception, Jade Elephant is in the house. And guys, got to ask you, even though we've only got a couple of tracks that we do play, and believe me, we play them every day. Every day. People are not shy about asking, anything new in the can? You got anything coming up in the near future?
Yes, absolutely, Grant. We're just gearing up to release another single in September here, and should we say the date?
I think, this can be the first announcement. September 13th, Bad Thing is the song, and
Yeah, sure.
we're pretty pumped about it. It's pretty heavy. It's got lots of juice, lots of guitars, layers, lots of high energy vocals. We're pretty excited.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Kyle, believe me, and now that you've given us a date, kind of hoping that you drop it down our way so that maybe, just maybe, you'll come back for another interview to get yourself to more of this.
I think that sounds like a good plan, and we'll make sure that all the cats are in the room. And let's do it. Why no? Well, we'd love to.
Nice. Now, please don't warn Tyler at all about this next one coming out, because believe me, we'll pick on him next time. What do you reckon?
I think that's a good call.
Good call. And Mitchell, I got to be honest with you. Been an engineer for a number of years, and as I say to you, I hear music every day, but it's not often that I hear a band that encapsulates my imagination as much as your band has. Your voice, I love the work you do. Now, are you home recording, or are you professionally studioing?
Yeah, well, you could say it's a little bit of both. We professionally do all our bed tracks, so bass and drums are out at OCL Studios, just east of Calgary, Alberta. And it's kind of just farmland, right? So you go out there and you could just create. And they have a really beautiful, Studio A and Studio B and C. But we try to snag A if we can. It's a big room. And then we'll do a lot of the guitar and vocal dubs at our producer studio. And his name is Russell Broom. And he's done a lot of work with Jan Arden and a ton of other Canadian artists. So it's great. I mean, he's really opened the door for us to create in a sense where we don't feel like we have to do it a certain way. It's just whatever feels the best, and it's been working out really, really well with him. And yeah, so it's been a little bit of both, but yeah.
The reason why I asked that, and quite frankly, I am an engineer. I have been doing this, a minute now, to be very honest with you, and I say that I listen to your music, it really made me want to know more about you and your band and everything about it. And I'm hearing these days the home studios are getting to be as professional and sounding as good as the professional sounding studios themselves. As an engineer, I try and figure out how other engineers do their job. You know what I mean? Break it down. Literally, I listen intently at music. I really, really do. It's habitual. It's a curse, to be honest. And I think every engineer does that. As soon as he hears music, he wants to know how that engineer put it all together. So it's reverse engineering, trying to figure it out. That, for me, was indicative of your music, and I wanted to know more about it because, believe me, I think it's such a great job that I would not change what you're doing one bit. Keep that good work up, won't you?
Cool. Oh, well, thank you very much, Grant. We appreciate that. And you know what? We do a lot of the same thing. I've done some engineering on some albums just through some Calgary local artists as well, and I'm not as proficient as someone like our producer and, engineer right now, Russell Broom. But, you're learning all the time, and watching his process is really great. And I know he... if I could say what he does a little bit is, he'll try to get the energy, right? What he says, which always stuck with me, is we're not in the music business. We're in the energy business. And that is such a great way of putting it, because his mindset is to capture the energy in the room. And I know Taylor as a drummer and Kyle as a bass player, they just are such a powerhouse duo, so it's really great to try to capture it, right?
Very, very quickly before we wrap this up, we've got a young lady by the name of Daphne coming out of Palermo, Italy, and she's asking, I'm a young artist and I'm trying to get to the top of the ladder. What advice would you give me to be able to get to where you guys are getting to now?
Yeah, my 2 cents on that is... do exactly what you feel is right in your heart with your music, because there's so many people out there trying to do it now, and the only way you're going to make art the best it can be is to listen to your heart, trust your gut, and to learn as much as you can, but ultimately trust your gut. What would you say to somebody, Taylor?
In terms of building, an audience and just getting your name out there. Social media is at an all-time high, so we are not the biggest fans of doing the posting and doing the social media, but we've reached so many good contacts, and people have found a connection to our music just through social media. So you got to do that. And otherwise, I'm not sure what the music scene is like out there in Italy, but go to some shows. Meet people, meet other musicians, and be friendly. Don't be a stranger to anybody.
One very, very last quick one, and Tracy coming out of South Dakota is asking, summertime, any gigs? Are you doing national? What are you doing?
Well, we've kind of kept it to Canada this most recent summer, but I know next summer we plan on conquering more through the states, and if we can try to really work the U.S. But otherwise, we're playing a lot in Alberta, and we've played a lot in British Columbia this summer as well. So yeah. Next summer I think will be even more of a venture.
Well, I tell you what, guys, you never know. You might be going a little further afield than just America very, very shortly. I want to talk to you a bit about that and being able to promote you in another format that moreover than we can. But just quickly before we go, are you familiar with the Galaxy artist page?
Unfortunately, I don't think I am. I don't know if Taylor is either. Unfortunately, yeah.
Tell us about it.
Well, I will actually, because it's free for artists. We do charge for businesses wanting to put ads and all that sort of stuff in there, but we try as much as possible to be able to support the artists that we get behind. This is a free service. Now, all I can say is get in touch with Barbara, get familiar with it. Use it. And if I didn't say use it, bloody well use it, because literally there is so many people going there. It could be anybody. It could be a label. It could be a venue owner. It could be a manager wanting a band. It could be a local neighbour down the road wanting a sausage sizzle. You never know. And I don't care if you've got a new song, a new video. You go into the opening of a shoebox. The more times that you use it, the more times people get to know who you are and start following you. And it's self-explanatory right there, literally. So let me say, ladies and gentlemen, use it, because believe me, it is there for you. Paul Harkins is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Paul, coming out of Leicester in the UK. And also Jimmy Piano. Hey, Joe. Nice to have you on board. And also Chris Andreas coming from Vancouver Island is in there as well. Nice to have you on board. And hi to Jimmy as well with you, my bro. But in the meantime, please don't go anywhere, because now we're going to take a few pickies. You're going to get a copy of everything we do today. Barbara's going to put it all together in a movie for you, send you that as well. And believe me, I usually say, it's all well and good to show it to friends and family. They'll automatically love it because it's you. But I usually say, show it to people you don't like.
Yeah, absolutely. Turn them onto it as well.
Yeah,
I love it.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, usually that puts a fire under their tuchus, and they'll get in touch with Barbara, because I don't think 200 is enough a day. She needs more bands to go through. And they'll say, hey, listen, I got a band, can we? And submissions everywhere. So it's all about turning those wheels around, you know what I mean? So we'll work with you as much as possible. From time to time, give us a mention, right?
Absolutely, Grant. No, that sounds wonderful.
Very cool. And will you come back and do this again?
Oh, sign us up. Yeah, we'll let you know when the next release is gearing up to go, and we'll get it cooking.
Okay, very, very cool. And at the same time, don't forget, give Tyler a poke in the eye for me, won't you?
Sounds good. We sure will.
I love that. In the meantime, folks, join us next week. We've got more interviews coming up, and believe me, there's some really, really exciting stuff. So stay tuned. From me, it's Happy Radio, everyone. Stay safe.